And
You know
it's
what I
like,
mean?
yeah, and that's the beauty. This is why I say to people, like, meditation, it needs, especially for younger people, it needs a new outlook on the power that it has, bro. Like, the negative comment will create negative emotion in you because of the way that you process it in your thoughts, right? If you see the negative comment that says you're shit at rapping, and it reminds you of a memory where you went on stage as a young kid and performed something and didn't go as bad, and then this, that's that limiting belief of child trauma in you that we all have. It's very natural. So then that one comment triggers thoughts of you're not good enough, which triggers this horrible depressive anxiety feeling, which leads you to never chasing your dreams, because you don't want to experience that emotion again. But when you have meditation, you realize it, you can catch that thought. So you see a negative comment and then you're like, oh, I'm not good enough. Then you're like, wait, that's just the thought. That's not even me. I'm the observer behind it. And that's where the power lies. And you're like, shit, then I'm a free man.
Well, once you understand the concept of feedback loops, it makes this a lot easier, right? Like you can get caught in negative or positive feedback loops. So if you have
Yeah.
that negative thought, that can be the catalyst that puts you on a negative feedback loop. What does that look like? Someone hates on you, you feel like shit, so
Yeah.
you stop taking action, and
Yeah.
then that action makes you feel guilty, which makes you feel like more shit, which makes you take less action, which makes you feel like more shit, which makes you feel like more shit, which makes you feel like more shit. And you just get caught in this negative feedback loop that spirals you into depression and anxiety and having no control. But the same thing can happen with a positive emotion. Like I talked on a couple episodes ago, having success, like, can really explode when you get your first initial success. Because it's like a shark tasting blood, right? Like when I sold my first product on Amazon, I knew it was possible, right? And that amplified me to want to take more action, which got me more results, which made me more hyped, which made me take more action, which got me more results, which made me more hyped. And so what happens when we experience this stimuli is we got to be able to break it down and look at it very objectively and be like, which direction is this pointing me in? And then I don't know if you're familiar with, do you know who Tom Bilyeu is?
Yeah. Impact theory.
Yeah, he talks about the concept of, what is it called? I can't remember what he called it, but basically you have, a habit loop trigger, right? So what you do is you put in place how you're going to respond to that stimuli before you've even experienced it.
Yeah.
So for example, if you're angry, your habit loop trigger subconsciously might be to punch a wall, to let out all this kinetic energy. Because what are you doing? You're experiencing all this energy inside of you, and it's really uncomfortable, and you want to let it out so you can feel better. So some people let that out by punching a wall, right? But you got to be able to identify, all right, when I experience this emotion, what is my intuitive reaction to handling it? And you can replace it with a productive one. Like, look at it. Is this a productive or an unproductive way to handle this action? And when you replace it with a productive one, all of a sudden it becomes something that's benefiting you instead of something that's hurting you. So for example, like if there's a girl and she has an eating disorder, when she looks in the mirror and she sees what she perceives as being fat, her habit loop trigger might be to go purge or to cut herself or to binge eat, because like that gives her a dopamine rush that makes her feel better. And that's just going to create a negative feedback loop that will keep her stuck in that pattern forever until something inevitably really bad happens. Whereas if she could look at that and go, all right, well, when I feel like this, I'm going to use it as motivation to go to the gym or to eat healthier. Or whenever I feel like this, I'm going to call one of my friends who will cheer me up and have an awesome conversation with them. All of a sudden, now you're creating that negative stimuli becomes the catalyst for a positive feedback loop. And now you're turning this negative
100%.
experience into a positive one.
And if you can do that on a lot of things that you do, then your life's trajectory can change right there and then. And what I challenge people to do, if they have, let's say, go back to the girl example, even further than that negative feedback loop, is ask yourself why you've even got that negative feedback loop in the first place. Like there's some form of pain energy within you that is causing you to have those beliefs and have those thoughts and have that negative self thing. And if you can dive deep and get a coach, get a counselor to help you with this, like It's a community where humans always love
Mm-hmm.
community. You need help. Sometimes you need guidance. I've had it before. And they help you ask questions that you've never asked yourself before, which then you come up with the answers that you would never have come up with on your own.
And that
then
puts you in the positive projection.
exactly, because then you heal that. And then when you go and eat, when you go to eat binge eat, or you look at yourself in the mirror, you recognize it for what it was, which is that limiting belief, that child trauma that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, damn. And then you just start seeing yourself in a completely different way. And then, like you said, that positive feedback starts coming in, and you start having love for yourself. And when you look in the mirror and you think, yeah, I look better today, I might go for a run as well.
Yeah, exactly.